Hi everybody, that's Allie.
And that is Dash,
Welcome to our playdate.
where we choose a game, sometimes make up our own rules, and play for a while.
Enjoy listening and playing along.
Or don't. We can't hear you. It's a podcast.
All right, that's where. Who made this game?
It's at the bottom.
Yeah, it looks like Circus Corporation.
That's a very great name.
Isn't that a great name? Like if you were gonna make like serious games for not so serious games. Oh,
You guys, I have an idea. It's a really serious corporation. It's like super serious, guys. People are going to take me super serious.
guys, it's serious.
Guys, it's so serious.
I wonder what else they've made. I gotta look them up. See what else this company has made game-wise.
It's giving what do you meme energy.
Right.
Yeah.
It does say from the co-creators of Cards Against Humanity.
Oh, okay.
So it just seems like
Are Cards Against Humanity a serious?
no, they're their own thing.
Okay.
Cards Against Humanity is the company. So I mean, obviously I'd have to do some we don't do any research on this podcast.
We
so
don't do research.
my best guess would probably be that the group that created Cards Against Humanity, a pair of them broke off and did this.
Maybe.
And formed a serious company. Serious corporation.
It's very serious.
Yeah.
It's very serious.
Yeah. Oh, hey, little ghosties.
Hey, little ghosties. We are back in the studio. You're going to get some more on the roads. Don't worry.
We know you love those.
It was a long trip,
Yeah.
but we're going to bring you some studio ups too.
Mhm.
And this is a game that we played previously on the pod, but we haven't played it in a little bit. It is Mind Crushers from a very serious
Corporation. It's just serious corporation.
Very serious corporation. That's
Uh-huh.
right. They have a cool logo.
Yeah. And it's a game, but it's not really. It's just weird conversations that you have. It's like, you know, that we all have that one friend who comes over and smells funny and, you know, thinks of all these really weird questions.
Yeah.
That's what this game is.
All right.
Yeah.
So just go back and forth.
Yeah, sure. Let's do it.
All right. So my first card is called the Game of Thrones Guys.
Uh-huh.
So you know those guys.
Yeah, those guys. The guys
I
from Game
can't
of
remember
Thrones.
their names. The Game of Thrones guys
Uh-huh.
from HBO. Not the actors. Like those two nerdy white dudes who wrote the show. Those guys. They're going to make you a sandwich.
Uh-huh.
Any sandwich you want.
Uh-huh.
What sandwich you going to ask for?
Wow. All right, it's got to be a simple sandwich. It can't be too difficult because as season 7 and beyond of Game of Thrones has proven, they tend to forget things very quickly that have been established already. So something simple like a peanut butter and jelly. Just 2 ingredients, long shelf life,
Yeah.
slather it on some bread.
Technically 3 ingredients. at
3
least.
ingredients because you have the bread.
Yeah. Yeah.
Unless you make my special peanut butter and jelly sandwich.
Which is just on your hand and you lick it off? Or
no.
what is that?
Wow, I don't remember what I would put in it, but it was crunchy peanut butter.
Nope. I'm out.
Orange.
Absolutely not.
Yeah, crunchy peanut butter, orange marmalade. It was wheat bread toasted. And then there was something else I put on it that I get. Oh, so it was cream cheese on one side, peanut butter on the other, and then orange marmalade.
Yeah, that sounds fine. I don't do crunchy peanut butter. That is an absolute nightmare.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else, it's fine. Everything else is fine. I think I'd go with, you really cannot go wrong with like a pastrami or tongue on rye with a little mustard. You cannot
I'm
go
sorry,
wrong.
did you just say tongue?
It's delicious.
Okay.
Like thinly sliced tongue is delicious on rye.
All
Good.
right. I've
Like,
literally
I'm
never
like-
had it.
I'm
but-
like New York deli style sandwich.
Mm,
Pastrami, mustard, rye,
yeah.
or tongue,
Where it's
mustard,
like a
rye.
pound and a half of meat on 2 slices of bread.
Just-
And
yeah. And just slather some mustard
Mhm.
on there, toast the bread up a little bit, give me a pickle on the side. We're good to go. That's
Yeah.
a beautiful sandwich.
I still think about the best roast beef dip sandwich I've ever had in my life
Mm-hmm.
was at a place called New York Deli here in Florida.
Mm-hmm.
It was actually in Kendall, right down the street from where I used to work.
Are you talking about a French dip? It's not called a roast beef dip.
Fine, it was
It's called
French. It's a
dip.
French dip, whatever. Well, no, I don't think because the French dip. I mean, yes, this thing came with au jus, but it was called a roast beef dip sandwich because it came with au jus and it was roast beef, but they didn't call it a French dip on the menu.
Wow.
Yeah, best sandwich I've ever had in my life, and this little mom and pop's place called New York Deli.
All right. Well, I think they hate
Closed.
French people.
Ugh.
That's kind of what it sounds like.
Maybe it was during that time where we were calling things like America fries or Freedom fries.
Freedom fries.
So bad.
What a wild time.
Yeah.
No wild times now. Just
No.
only wild times then.
This card is called Not a Big Deal.
Okay, great.
You just found out that your husband has been cheating on you with a clone of himself, and that this has been going on for like 5 years. I love that they include the likes in the thing, so like it's an actual conversation. And that this has been going on for like 5 years. He doesn't think it's, quote, a big deal, end quote. What do you think? Because it's with a clone of himself and not
I think
like another person.
I think I could support him through that, but I think maybe some therapy needs to happen because I feel like we all need to be in relationship with ourselves, but we don't need to be in a relationship with ourselves. That to me is the part of it that's odd.
Yeah. Figuratively, not literally, is
right,
what we need.
Exactly. Yeah. And so it's odd that you would be in a relationship with someone else and then choose to also be in a romantic relationship with yourself. I think that's maybe you need to talk to someone about that.
Yeah, that's fair.
Yeah.
That's fair. I think so.
Now, if it was with a clone of me, I feel like that's
a little better.
Yeah, that's fine. That's valid.
But it is not.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay, so clone of you, fine. Because it's a clone of you.
Right.
Now, is it a clone of you with all of your like thoughts?
I don't think it can be, right? A clone is genetically the same.
Right, but it's not like a carbon copy of you with all of your
it can't be.
experiences and emotions and feelings.
Right, it can't be.
It can't be, right.
It would be like an identical twin, I think.
Right, and that's not okay.
Yeah.
Right. Fair.
Yeah. That's how I feel.
Okay.
Therapy. You're not going to answer? You don't know?
Oh, you want me to answer? Oh, if my husband cheated on me with a clone of himself. No, yeah, it's because even though it's a clone, it's a completely different person. I would not be okay with it. You know what I mean? Like, yeah, it's a clone of you, so genetically it's you, but it's been raised with different, nature versus nurture ideals and upbringings, and it's a completely different person. It's still cheating on you with another person.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, fair.
Mm-hmm.
This is called Chum Bucket.
Okay.
You're on a first date. Your date has chosen to take you to a restaurant called Chum Bucket.
Uh-huh.
Where they serve big buckets of chum you eat with your hands in a dark basement.
Gross.
Do you think you'll go on a second date? Absolutely not.
Absolutely not.
Absolutely
this is the
not.
easiest one to answer,
Absolutely
period.
Not.
I mean, there's something to be said for the quirky, unique date, but that's...
Just the words chum bucket are disgusting.
Yes, correct.
Just that alone is disgusting.
Those words together in that order.
I would not even have gone on that date, if we're being honest.
We would have pulled up to the chum bucket and I would have been
said,
like...
You know what? Thank you.
Yeah, we're done here.
Thank you for your time. I'm going to go.
Yeah, correct. That's the proper response. This one is called Art is a Math Problem.
Okay. Ooh,
It's
I like
the future. All the best art is now made by artificial intelligence. That's not that far away. It's
not happening at all. That's not happening at all.
Music, poetry, movies, the whole enchilada. Why? Because art is a math problem and AI solved it. So, is this awesome? Or are you some dip that thinks this robs humanity of its soul or something? It's so...
I'm a dip who thinks it robs humanity of its soul or something.
Yeah.
I do think art is a math problem, though.
It is, yeah.
I mean...
Well, the only difference there is...
Some art is a math problem.
Yeah.
Not all art is a math problem, but some art is a math problem. I mean, there is a math, there's a measurement, there's a science to proportion, there's a math, a measurement, a science to even the way swirls and swirls work. I know scientists have commented on Starry Night and how that actually does represent the way that the winds like would have moved at that time. And there is like a science to nature and how shells curve and all of these sorts of things. So there is like a math and a science to it. But yeah, it's robs human. The reason that we're humans is to make art.
I agree.
It's
our
like
default is making art. Yeah.
Yeah. It's like kind of the point, right?
Right.
It's like, yeah, we can discover things and all of that is great and wonderful and necessary. But like, if we're not sitting here thinking about why all of it matters, then what's the actual point?
Right. Right.
You know, if we're not thinking about like what it actually means to be a human being, which is what art invites us to do, and evaluate the things that we personally feel are important and worth engaging in and spending time with, then what I don't know what the point is.
Right. Like, I mean, the point of art, the point of art is to disturb the comfortable and comfort the disturbed, right? It's supposed to mean something to you when you look at it. And
I mean, I don't agree that it has to be disturbing. I think it has to move you in some way.
Well, that's that definition of disturb. Like if you disturb a puddle of water, you're not.
And not every piece of art affects every person. But like, I've definitely been surprised, like at an art museum or whatever. I've definitely been shocked of like, oh wow, I didn't know I was gonna have that feeling looking at this painting, but here I am having a feeling.
Yeah.
Ew.
Yeah. And as an artist myself, my job has required me sometimes to have to lean on AI art because the thing that is being requested doesn't exist in the real world.
Yeah.
But I don't have time to go out and photograph it myself or have the time and the turnaround that they want to do it quickly.
Yourself,
to draw it myself, which I could do. But the problem is that the turnaround time for the things that they ask me for are way too quick.
Yeah.
So I've had to sometimes lean on AI art, and I absolutely hate it every time I do it.
It's bad. It's bad. It's bad at art.
It really, when
really
they say it
bad.
has no soul, it really has no soul. Like I can look at a piece of AI generated art and immediately tell you it's AI generated, even without the like fingers issue where, AI doesn't know how many fingers we have or how many teeth we have. It's getting better at it. But even then, even if no hands are showing and nobody's smiling with teeth, I can look at a piece of art and be like, yeah, that's AI, because it tends, because AI is just an amalgam of everything that's out there, and it just sort of blends it all together into one image. It's the median, it's the midpoint of art pieces, not an art piece.
Yeah. It can never have a creative thought.
Right.
You're the one being creative and giving it the input, and it imagines what that might be, but it can never do anything that it's not. It's never going to have an original thought because it can't. It can only operate with what it's been trained on, which means the thought's already been had.
Right.
But I do wonder, and this will maybe mess you up for a little while because I'm still a little bit messed up about it. Is there going to be a point of convergence where we actually are converging on the art that we make becomes more AI-like? Because the examples that we're seeing,
right,
and the input that we're being provided from AI tools, just from interacting with them in whatever ways that we do, are slowly chipping away at our own humanity. So now we converge on this point where human art is AI art.
Right.
And AI art is the two are indistinguishable.
I can actually tell you that I've seen that happen already.
Yes.
Because we will create a flyer or a poster or a display or whatever that is being requested of us. We will create it. It will be good. It will be a good work of art, right? It's a corporate piece of art that is good enough to be considered a work of art. Because we put our heart and soul into it, and we know what looks good, and we have trained in order to learn what art is and how it works and how things need to flow in order for a design to be appropriate in the business world, right? We know all these rules. We will send this to the client, and the client will say something like, can we add more colors? Can we make it pop more? Can we do whatever? And what they're asking for is essentially what is already existing in AI templates.
Yeah.
Because that's what they've seen.
Yeah.
It looks like somebody threw up a box of crayons on the page, but to somebody who doesn't know what good design is, they just see a bunch of colors. It's very colorful.
Yeah.
Right? But it's garbage.
It takes time to refine your eye.
Yeah.
It takes time.
I will say that if you are coming up and you are interested in art and you are interested in learning how to be an artist, I don't think that is going to merge into the AI world, because one of the greatest qualities of art is learning the rules so you can break the rules. So if what we're being flooded with is this AI art middle of the road standard, new artists coming up are going to break the rules of that standard.
Okay.
Right? Does that make sense?
Yeah.
So human art won't start to look like AI art because the idea, think about it. Renaissance art is very different from modern art because modern art said, this is what art is. I'm going to bend and break those rules.
Sure.
Yeah. So even anime was, this is what Bugs Bunny and Mickey Mouse look like. This is the days of the rubber hose cartoons. We're going to change that and move it forward. And then we got Dragon Ball Z, right? We're going to take the anime that was Dragon Ball Z and we're going to bend those rules and create Avatar: The Last Airbender, right? We're just moving forward art-wise. What children always draw in their need to be creative on their books, on their notebooks, in their phones nowadays, I guess, is a bending and a breaking from what they see and what exists.
Maybe.
Maybe.
Or maybe it's just reproducing it.
Yeah, maybe. My hope for humanity is that we can break away from the AI world. That one day people are going to look at stuff and be like, there's too much AI art and it's all becoming a blend. We need the idea of human art back in our advertising. And that's where that's where I'm hoping it's going.
Your mom. She kills.
Uh-huh.
Your mom is now the dictator of the country you live in. She's executing people left and right when they speak out against her. How many people would your mom have to execute for you to stop loving her?
Oh, man. I feel like one execution.
Yeah.
Yeah, I feel like at one, like you see one execution and you're just like, was it self-defense? So maybe two. Because one would be like, okay, was it self-defense?
This is what I
was
tell
it
my
a necessary
students.
evil?
This is what I tell my students. Once is once. Twice is an oops.
Yeah.
3 times is a pattern. So maybe the answer is 3. I don't know. Maybe the answer is 3.
Yeah. I feel like
I do feel like there would have been some road signs along the way that maybe things were getting problematic.
Sure. I feel if someone came to me and was like, your mom just unalived a guy, I'd be questioning, well, what did they do? Because that's my mom, right? Like, what did they do to her to warrant that? But if it's like, oh, hey, remember that guy your mom unalived last week? She unalived another guy today. And it's like, Now I'm starting to see some stuff. Why? Oh, because he said that he didn't like her soup and he thought nobody should ever eat her soup? Oh, no.
But also there is space to hate what the person did and still care about the relationship that you have with the person.
Sure. Yeah.
So I don't think saying stop loving your mom is fair.
Okay. Yeah.
But I think maybe it's realizing like I need to extricate myself from this and maybe speak out.
A phone by any other name.
I love the back of it. This one has a cute kitty on the back.
Yeah, it's a cute cat that looks like it's surprised.
Stressed.
Yeah, or stressed out.
Very cute.
I'm gonna hold it this way so that the people who are
Yes.
watching us on video can see what the cat looks like. Everyone, this is now the card speaking, not
Yes.
me. Everyone, your phone needs a name. Not like Ken's iPhone. Something more like Dirty Stephanie or Jumbo Jack or even the Moneymaker. Please go in a circle around the table and name your phones one by one, then decide whose phone has the best, coolest name. Go.
The bionic pancreas.
Because it's constantly keeping track of your blood sugar.
But it itself is not. But I'm reading my blood sugars on my phone most of the time.
Yeah.
So maybe calling it the bionic pancreas would be fun.
Yours is cool. I actually have a name for my phone. And it's Pocket Compy.
Yes.
So anytime somebody goes to like airdrop something to me, Pocket Compy is what comes up on the thing. And I named it that because, these things are little computers now. They're not even phone. Like, who uses it as a phone anymore?
I call someone every
You
day.
call someone? I never pick up my phone. If you call me without texting me first to see if I'm available, I'm not picking up that call. Unless, okay, so here's my rule. If you call me without texting me first, I'm just going to watch it ring. If you call me again right away, I'll be like, okay, this is an emergency. I should probably pick up. But I fault the companies who are robocalling us and constantly trying to scam us for the reason I never pick up my phone anymore.
If I don't, mine says like spam. So those I don't pick up.
Spam likely.
Yeah. But potential spam.
Yeah.
But yeah, potential spam calls a lot.
Yours is much cooler than mine. Bionic Pancreas is definitely much cooler than Pocket Compy.
Thank you.
Yeah. Yeah, you win that one. What about you, little ghosties? What's the name on your phone that isn't like Jack's phone?
Yeah. If you have a fun phone name, drop it in the comments.
Yeah, let us know. We want to know.
All right. The love button. The love button. It's a big red button of universal love. When you push it, it makes you love everyone in the whole world just as much as you love your best friend. That's a whole lot of love. But let's be honest. You're not pushing that button. Why won't you push it?
I can't devote that much energy. Like you're my best friend. I devote a lot of energy to you.
Yeah. It's too much.
It's too much to treat
It's
everybody in the world like
feelings.
I treat you.
Yeah.
Absolutely not.
It's too many feelings. It's too much time. I got to sort myself out.
Right.
I'm being my own internal organ. It's a lot. I've only got so much love to give.
Yeah.
I've only got so much love to give.
Yeah. It's way too much. It's way too much. All right. Let's do one more. Well, let's see how long it takes to answer because some of these were much like we spend a lot of time.
I started, so this is.
Oh, okay. So this is a good roundup. 100 years in the soup factory.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah. If you could extend your life for 100 years, but you had to live the entire 100 years inside of a soup factory, like you can't leave the soup factory under any circumstances, would you take that deal?
No.
Yeah, I don't think so either. The whole point of living a long life is to experience life.
Yeah. And I mean, what? You get 20 less years and get to leave a soup factory? That's solid.
Yeah.
That's solid.
Yeah. That's a good turnaround time, I feel. Yeah.
Unless extend your life 100 years means 100 years added on to where I am
to
now,
wherever,
in which case still no.
Still no. It's a soup factory.
It's a soup factory.
What are you going to do? Like, yeah, you're going to make friends with the people who work there, I guess.
It's going to smell like soup.
It's going to smell like soup.
all
Well, you
the
get used to
time.
the smell after a while.
You're going to become nose blind to soup?
Yeah. No,
That's
here's the thing.
sad. How sad.
You cannot leave the soup factory under any circumstances. What if the soup factory starts burning down?
I'm saying.
Do you
Now
burn and are you alive, or do you die because you're in the soup factory that burned down?
Or do you like live as some weird like pile of ashes?
Right.
Or
Like
corpse?
a sentient pile of ashes?
Yeah. No, thank you. That's a hard no for me, dog.
Yeah, same. I wouldn't add. It's like I've seen a few 100-year-olds. I'm good.
No, it's just like, okay, let's say the average lifespan is what?
It's like
20 to 25 years less than that on
Right.
average.
on average.
I'm willing to give up 20 years to leave a soup factory.
Fair. Yeah. No, that's. I feel like this was a simple one.
Very simple.
Yeah, that was a simple one to ask. So there are a lot of these cards.
There are so many cards.
And as you've already seen today, little ghosties, some of these are very intense conversations. Some of them are much quicker yes or no answers. But they're all meant to make you think these weird, weird thoughts and get to know your friends better.
Yeah, don't go to the chum bucket. I think that's a solid takeaway from this episode.
Yeah, we've played a lot of conversation starter games, and this is definitely one of the weirder ones.
Yeah. It's fun, though. It's definitely not thoughts, I would think.
Right.
And my mind, I wouldn't say is crushed, but it's definitely, it's bent.
It's opened a little bit.
It is opened.
Yeah.
Yes, that's right.
We've already rated this before, so I don't think we need to go into that again. But let's tell the little ghosties, let's remind them we want to hear your game night stories.
That's right.
So if you have any fun game night stories, weird game night stories, maybe you saw a ghost on your game night, we want to hear it. And if we like it, we'll read it on the pod. Go ahead and email us at thesocietyscircus@gmail.com or drop us a quick one in our DMs on Instagram.
Yeah. And in the subject line, just say game night story or something.
Yeah, so we know it's you.
Yeah, that's right.
Mm-hmm.
Let us know. What are you up to? What are you doing?
Yeah.
What games are you playing?
Right. We just want to hear from you.
That's it. We did it.
Yeah, we did it. We did a podcast.
Did a whole podcast. A whole one.
Yep. Next time you see us, we will be back on the road. So we'll see you on that drive, and you'll see us on the drive. Bye.
Thanks for listening, everyone. Now we'd love to hear from you.
You can visit playdatepod.us to watch our videos,
Access our episode library,
find out more about our brand of quality, clean comedy.
and contact us with any questions or comments.
Improvisers love audience suggestions, so make sure you visit playdatepod.us.
And the podcast you just heard was a production of Society Circus Players.
If you like what you heard today, please rate, review, subscribe, and share it with a friend.
And finally, if life's a circus, we're the clowns!
Out of order episodes.
The magic of podcasting.